morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome to another episode of Sports News Flash at 12 with your one and only Miguel Mike Medina. And we're getting closer to episode 100. That's right. Even though episode 100 should have been here a long time ago, but as long as we keep this thing going, everything is going to be all right. So, as you can see, I'm wearing my North Carolina Tar Heel hoodie. The Tar Heels, they dismantle American Eagles 107-55. Just absolutely terrific performance. Even though their second half three-point shooting was off, or I should say throughout this game, their three-point shooting was off, but the team played great defense, several players in double figures, and I'm not worried about my Tar Heels. I'm not worried about them. I'm not. Yes, they're missing a big man. One of the Baycott is not there, but I do like their backcourt, and I like what some of these new young guys are bringing to the table. So we got to have some patience. There's only 3 games into the season, but I have a feeling that they are one of the elite teams this season. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. These two men, they won for 8 rounds. Jake Paul won this fight. He didn't knock out Mike Tyson, but he won by unanimous decision. The reality is that Jake Paul is 27. He's in his prime. Mike Tyson is 58, way beyond his prime. And I'm glad I didn't see this fight. I'm sure some people didn't see this fight as well. However, Netflix did broke records. They had about 60 million people that streamed to watch this fight on Netflix. Again, thank God I didn't, because I saw highlights, and in just 2 minutes of highlights, I almost got put to sleep. That's how lousy it was. And I expected it to be that way. I didn't have much expectations from this fight. And speaking of fights, former football player Pac-Man Jones, he got in a fight of his own. He got arrested after the Tyson Paul fight, after getting into a bar fight, which was half mile from AT&T Stadium where the fight of Jake Paul and Mike Tyson took place. He got one count of public intoxication, 1 count of resisting arrest, and 1 count of assault on a peace officer. Oh boy. And now we're moving on to college football. There was a lot of stunners, a lot of surprises, especially in the ACC. But I'm only going to highlight 3 games. And the first one, which it was a shock to me when I woke up this morning and saw the highlights, Kansas. They absolutely shocked BYU, handing them their first loss of the season. Kansas have nothing to lose, so they are looking the team this month, or I should say down the stretch, that are trying to win the party. So they beat BYU 17-13. The Cougars, they had a chance to win it at the end, but they got stopped inside the red zone. BYU now, they will have a matchup against Arizona State next week. Arizona State, they control their own destiny. The winner of that game will be in great position to make the Big 12 title game. That game, Arizona State and BYU, I have it right there marked. I'm going to be following it. I hope BYU wins. This loss, however, to Kansas, it was shocking. But this is probably one of those situations, just like the Miami Hurricanes, they needed to go through that loss in order for this team to regroup, get back to the drawing board, and fix on and correct their mistakes. Clemson, they rallied to beat Pittsburgh Panthers. For a moment, I was going to say Penguins, but Pittsburgh Panthers, and they handed them their 3rd straight loss. Pittsburgh, they started the season 7-0, and now they have lost 3 straight. SMU, Virginia, and now Clemson. Pittsburgh, who's an elite defensive team, they were playing great defense. They had a chance. They had a chance to win this game, but the Tigers quarterback, Cade Klubnik, he played a hero in this game after scoring a 50-yard touchdown run to give the Tigers the lead, 24-20 in the fourth quarter. And Clemson, they also stepped up on their defense in the second half. But if you're Pittsburgh, this is a devastating loss. Devastating. What a fantastic finish it was between Missouri and South Carolina. Last year, when they faced, Missouri picked South Carolina apart. This year, this matchup last night, there wasn't no blowouts, but it came down to the wire. It was a very entertaining, exciting game. And who came out victorious? South Carolina Gamecocks. They came out victorious, and they finally end the losing streak. They haven't beaten Missouri since 2018. They won this game 34-30. Lenore Sellers, he led the Gamecocks with 5 touchdowns, 353 yards, and completed 21 of 30. Missouri, we got to give credit where credit is due. Running back Nate Noel, he had a great bounce back game. He rushed for 150 yards on 27 attempts. Brady Cook completed 21 of 31, 237 passing yards. But this is about the Gamecocks. This is a huge victory for them. And, great victory, just great victory. And it was about time that the losing streak came to an end. I mean, hey, streaks and droughts are meant to be broken. And today, the Gamecocks, they woke up feeling with a huge weight lifted off their shoulders because they finally got to beat Missouri. And now they have to just win the rest of the games and see what happens in bowl season. Last but not least, I'm going to end this with some golf. By the way, shout out to one of my favorite NASCAR drivers, Joey Logano. He won his third NASCAR Cup Series championship. He's only 34 years old. He joins an elite group of other drivers who have won the championship 3 times or more. We're talking about Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, Dale Earnhardt, Lee Petty. He's in great company, and he's only 34, so it's not easy to win championships, but I don't know how much more he's going to win or if this is going to be his last ride. Who knows? But Team Penske, they're all about winning. They three-peated. Joey Logano last year was Ryan Blaney, who was also in the championship for this year. And now this year, Joey Logano again. So congratulations to Joey Logano. A lot of people are not happy that he won because of the whole system and everything, but the man earned it. Give credit where credit is due. And let's see what happens next season. About golf, Tyrell Hatton snaps his club in frustration after a disappointing shot into the green during his third round at the DP World Tour Championship. He broke one of his wedges in 2. Paul McKinley from Sky Sports Golf, he did not hold back on his criticism towards Hatton's behavior. This is what he had to say. His behavior is not acceptable. He'll be really embarrassed about what he did today and how he behaved. Hatton, he has been frustrating all weekend long about his performance. And he's hearing it from a lot of people in the media and on Twitter, people that are even fan of him. They are chewing him because of the way he's behaving. He is currently 3 shots behind Rory McIlroy, Rasmus Hungard, and Antoine Rosner. Today is Sunday, last round, so let's see how this will play out for him. But controlling your emotions is a big deal, and he's going to have to do it today and going forward in the next events. That concludes this episode of Sports News Flash at 12. Enjoy some football, some basketball, some hockey, golf. There's nothing like sports, especially on a weekend like Sunday. If you're going to church, even much better. Take your Bible. Make sure you take some notes down. Stay away from your phones. It's always great to serve the Lord. I know because I'm going to church later today. So there's nothing like it. Nothing like it. Have a positive mindset. Get rid of the negative mindset. Get rid of anxiety. Put your faith and trust in the man above. Have a great Sunday, everyone. Be safe. And may God bless each and every one of you. I'll see you guys next Sunday for a new episode of Sports News Flash at 12.